They say hospitals are where people go to heal, but some places, some patients never leave. This isn't a ghost story. It's a documented case hidden in psychiatric records, smothered by lawsuits, and whispered about in the break rooms of exhausted night nurses. But I found the real file. And once you hear what they did to her, you'll never trust your doctor again. This is a real account from the 1970s, pulled from medical archives and an obscure podcast interview with a retired nurse named Helen M., who worked night shifts at Pennhurst State School and Hospital in Spring City, Pennsylvania, now infamous asylum known for abuse, neglect, and inhumane experimentation. In 1973, a young woman named Clara Hill, age 24, was admitted after being found wandering naked and screaming near a highway, her hands covered in blood, none of it hers. She had no ID, no known relatives, and spoke in what sounded like a mix of Latin and phonetic gibberish. Staff nicknamed her the Screaming Patient. They sedated her heavily, but every night around 3:17 m.m., she would wake up and scream one word over and over: "Salva me," Latin for "save me." Doctors diagnosed her with acute schizophrenia, but when she was put in isolation, staff began reporting unexplainable phenomena, lights flickering only in her hallway, nurses hearing their own names whispered in the vents. A janitor claimed Clara predicted his death 3 days later. He was found dead in a stairwell, eyes wide open, with his own mop handle shoved down his throat. Security footage from the night of his death showed Clara asleep in restraints. The video glitched every time it panned to her cell. Then it got worse. Dr. Edmund Callan, the head psychiatrist, began recording his sessions with Clara. In one tape, she stops mid-sentence, stares directly into the camera, and smiles. A second voice, deep, male, and not hers, says, "The doctor is next." 2 weeks later, Callan was found in his office. He had written Clara's name in blood all over the walls before slicing open his own throat with a surgical saw. The tapes disappeared. Clara, declared dead of respiratory failure 2 days later. But here's the twist: she didn't die. According to Helen's testimony, Clara was secretly transferred to a private wing of the hospital, a black site funded by the government. Why? Because her blood showed abnormal markers and her brain scans revealed a structure no human should have. The hospital closed in 1987, but in 2018, a group of urban explorers broke into the ruins. In the basement, they found a sealed lead door. Carved into it, in deep scratches, "Salva me." They never opened the door. One of them went missing 2 days later. You can Google Clara Hill. You won't find anything. But check the archived death reports for Pennhurst, and you'll see a Jane Doe, age 24, died in 1973. Unless you check again tomorrow, because her file, it's been changing.